Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're taking a personalized look today at generative AI.
Oh, fascinating topic.
It is, and I am so excited to have you here with us today because it feels like everywhere you look, everyone's talking about AI.
Yeah.
And generative AI is really exciting because it's all about this ability to create new content, whether it's art or music or text or even video.
It's true.
And to me, it's like having a creative partner powered by AI.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to think of a good example. I recently tried to design a logo for a project I was working on, and, well, let's just say it wasn't pretty.
Okay.
If I had had generative AI at my fingertips at that time,
Right.
it could have saved me so much frustration and probably come up with something a lot better.
I hear you.
So today, we're going to really dive deep into how this technology works, what its real-world impact is, and even how you can start using it today.
I love it.
And I'm just so thrilled to have you here.
Well, thank you.
With us. You really have a knack for explaining these complex topics and making them clear for everyone to understand.
Well, I appreciate that. Generative AI, it really is fascinating stuff.
It is.
It's not just about mimicking what's already out there.
Right.
It goes deeper, learning patterns and relationships from massive amounts of data.
Okay.
And then using that knowledge to create something truly new and unique.
Wow. So
It's about teaching computers.
Oh, wow.
The underlying principles of creativity, you know.
Wow. So how does it actually work?
Okay.
I mean, is it as complex as it sounds?
It is complex, but it's also fascinating.
Okay.
It relies on these sophisticated models that are trained on huge, massive data sets.
Okay.
So picture a computer consuming an entire library of books and art and music. That's essentially what's happening.
Right.
From all this data, the AI learns to identify patterns, almost like it's deciphering the grammar of creativity,
I see. So it's not just copying. It's actually creating original content.
It is.
Based on the patterns it learned.
Based on those patterns.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So are there different types of these models?
There are. Two common types that we hear a lot about are generative adversarial networks, or GANs, and then there's transformers.
Okay, GANs and transformers.
Let's start with GANs.
Okay.
They consist of two neural networks, a generator and a discriminator.
Okay.
I think of it like a constant back and forth between an artist and a critic.
Okay.
The generator creates content, right? And the discriminator evaluates it, judges its quality and authenticity.
So they're constantly challenging each other.
Exactly.
Pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's it.
That's fascinating.
So the generator is trying to create content that can fool the discriminator, while the discriminator is getting better and better at spotting the fakes.
Oh, wow.
And this continuous feedback loop results in both of them improving.
So the generator
realistic content.
And the discriminator
becomes an even sharper critic.
That's really interesting. Are there any real-world examples of GANs?
Yeah.
Something we might recognize?
Yeah, so those incredibly realistic AI-generated faces that we see online, right?
Right.
They're often created using GANs.
Wow.
The generator crafts faces, the discriminator judges them, and this process just repeats over and over and over until the AI can generate faces that are nearly indistinguishable from real photographs.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But also, a little concerning maybe in terms of...
Well, it definitely raises some questions about, what's real and what's not.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like it makes you think.
Yeah, it makes you think about...
the impact of technology.
Yeah, the impact of technology on our perception of reality.
It really does. Okay, so we talked about GANs.
Right.
What about transformers?
Okay, so transformers are the second type of generative model.
Okay.
And unlike GANs, transformers specialize in handling sequential data.
Okay.
Things like language or music, where the order of elements is really crucial for meaning.
I see.
Right.
Yeah.
So the order of words in a sentence conveys a certain meaning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or the arrangement of notes in a musical melody creates a specific tune.
Right.
And transformers are really good at grasping these patterns and then generating new sequences that follow those same underlying rules, but with novel variations.
So what are some well-known examples of transformers?
So you've probably heard of ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's a great example.
Everyone's talking about ChatGPT.
Right. It's a language model
Yeah.
known for its really human-like text generation. And it's a prime example of a transformer.
Wow. It can do so many things. It can answer questions. It can write stories.
Yeah.
I've even heard it can code.
It can. That's amazing.
It's a really versatile tool for all sorts of creative tasks.
Are there transformers that work with
Yes.
other types of sequential data?
Yes.
Like images?
So there's DLE, another transformer-based model.
Okay.
And it focuses specifically on creating images from text prompts.
So you could type in
And it could
like a description.
Yeah, like imagine typing in a cat wearing a top hat riding a unicycle on the moon.
Then DLE would...
And DLE would create a stunningly realistic image.
That's mind-blowing.
Matching that description.
It's like having an AI artist at your fingertips.
It really is.
That's incredible. So we've got GANs creating realistic content.
Yes.
We've got transformers working their magic on sequential data. This whole generative AI landscape is really like a creative playground.
It is. It is. And we're just scratching the surface.
Wow. So generative AI is being used across all these different industries. That's right.
From art and music to healthcare and beyond.
It's pretty amazing.
I'm really eager to dive deeper into these real-world applications.
Let's do it.
And understand how this technology is transforming these different sectors.
Yeah.
So let's maybe start with an area close to home.
Okay.
Podcasting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how generative AI is impacting the world of audio content creation.
So it's having a big impact. Remember those AI tools we talked about for generating music and sound?
Yes.
They're really changing how podcasters approach audio production.
Okay.
Imagine creating royalty-free music for your podcast intro or, background music for your episodes without having to hire a composer or worry about copyright issues.
That's music to my ears.
It is, isn't it?
It would be such a huge time saver and give podcasters so much more creative freedom.
A lot more flexibility.
What about visual content? We've talked about these AI tools like DALL and Midjourney.
Yeah.
Are they being used in podcasting as well?
Definitely. Even though podcasting is primarily audio, visuals are still really important, right?
Yeah, like cover art.
Cover art, promotional materials.
Right.
Those are really important for attracting listeners.
Right.
And AI tools like DALL and Midjourney, they allow podcasters to create stunning visuals that capture the essence of their show, even if they don't have design experience.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it kind of levels the playing field.
Exactly.
For those independent creators that maybe don't have access to, big budgets or professional studios.
Yeah, it gives them the tools to create high-quality visual content
that rivals, what the bigger studios are doing.
Exactly.
So what about writers?
Okay.
How can generative AI assist them in crafting compelling podcast scripts or narratives?
So AI writing tools like ChatGPT are becoming really valuable partners for writers.
Okay.
They can help brainstorm ideas, overcome writer's block, and even generate different versions of a scene or dialogue.
So it's like having virtual writing partner.
Yeah, a virtual writing partner.
Yeah, that's always available to bounce ideas off of.
Always there to help.
And this isn't just for fiction writing, right?
None of
this can be used for...
You can use it for nonfiction.
Yeah, like blog posts, articles.
Blog posts, articles.
Even marketing copy.
Marketing copy, all kinds of things.
Wow.
It's a really versatile tool.
What about the more technical aspects of podcasting?
Okay.
Like audio editing and mastering.
So there are AI-powered audio editing tools emerging that can automate tasks like noise reduction, audio cleanup, and even dialogue enhancement.
So you could have an AI assistant that analyzes your audio recordings, identifies and removes any background noise.
Exactly.
And makes your voices just sound crystal clear.
That's the idea.
That would be a game changer for podcasters, especially, who maybe don't have access to professional recording studios.
Yeah, or audio engineers.
Yeah, exactly. It streamlines that whole editing process.
Exactly. It frees them up to focus on creating the content.
Yeah. So, speaking of high-quality content.
Yes.
What about the actual content itself?
Okay.
Can AI help generate ideas?
Yeah.
Or even write entire episodes?
That's a really exciting area of development. AI isn't quite capable of replacing human creativity in storytelling just yet.
Okay.
But it can be a really powerful tool for inspiration and research.
Okay.
Imagine using an AI tool to analyze trending topics, identify relevant research articles, and even generate potential episode outlines.
So it's like having a research assistant.
It is.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That can help you stay ahead of the curve and deliver insightful and engaging content.
Exactly.
But let's not forget about the human element of podcasting.
Yeah, that's important.
You know, it's that personal connection, the authentic voices, and the unique perspective.
That's what makes podcasts special.
Can AI truly replicate that?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not a replacement for human creativity and connection.
Okay.
So while AI can assist with various tasks, it's the human touch, the passion, the personal stories that really resonate with listeners.
Absolutely. I completely agree. So while AI is transforming podcasting in so many ways, it's really up to us, the human creators, to harness this power responsibly and infuse our content with the authenticity and heart that make podcasts so special.
I agree.
Okay, let's move beyond the world of podcasting.
Okay.
And explore how generative AI is making waves in other industries.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I'm particularly interested in its impact on video content creation.
Well, generative AI is really revolutionizing video production in amazing ways.
Okay.
We're seeing it used to create all sorts of things, from short animated explainer videos to realistic deepfakes.
Oh, deepfakes.
Yeah, they're blurring the lines between reality and fiction.
That sounds both intriguing and concerning.
It is.
While the entertainment applications are really fascinating.
Right.
I can't help but think about the potential for misuse, especially when it comes to spreading misinformation.
Yeah, you raise a good point.
Yeah.
You know, the power of deepfakes to manipulate video footage.
Yeah.
It definitely raises ethical considerations about how it might impact trust and authenticity.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It really underscores the importance of media literacy and critical thinking.
Exactly. Being able to discern what's real and what's fabricated.
In an era where it's becoming harder and harder to tell the difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that with any powerful technology, there's always a responsibility to use it ethically and to be mindful of its potential impact.
Absolutely.
So let's not dwell on the negatives just yet. Let's explore some of the positive applications of generative AI in video content creation.
Okay.
How are filmmakers and video producers using this to enhance their storytelling?
They're using it in some amazing ways.
Okay.
Filmmakers are using it to generate realistic special effects, create fantastical creatures, and even digitally resurrect actors from the past.
Oh, wow.
Imagine a world where historical figures can be brought back to life on screen.
That's both fascinating and potentially problematic.
Right.
While the historical and educational possibilities are really intriguing, it also raises questions about authenticity.
Right.
And the potential for, rewriting history. It seems like every advancement.
It seems like every step forward comes with its own set of ethical dilemmas.
Absolutely. So as we delve deeper into the capabilities of generative AI,
it's important.
We really have to grapple with its ethical implications. And strive to establish guidelines
for its responsible use.
Yeah. But let's not lose sight of the incredible creative potential that this technology offers.
No.
Imagine a world where filmmakers are no longer limited by budget constraints or physical limitations.
They could create anything.
They could create any world, any character, any scenario they can imagine.
Yeah, pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling to new heights.
That's a truly exciting prospect.
It is.
What about the accessibility of this technology?
Yeah.
Is this only available
That's a great question.
to big studios and Hollywood productions?
Wow.
Or can independent filmmakers?
The good news is...
And creators.
also benefit.
Independent filmmakers can benefit as well.
Okay.
While some of the more advanced generative AI tools are expensive and require specialized expertise, there are also a growing number of more affordable and user-friendly tools that are becoming available to independent creators.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it really is putting the power
It is.
Of Hollywood special effects in the hands
of everyday creators. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that's so exciting about generative AI is its potential to empower individuals and disrupt these traditional power structures.
So let's shift our focus to another industry that's undergoing a profound transformation thanks to generative AI.
Yeah.
The world of software development.
Oh, yeah.
I'm eager to delve deeper into that because you mentioned earlier that some AI tools can even write code. So I'm really fascinated to understand how generative AI is impacting.
It's having a revolutionary impact.
Okay.
Imagine a world where developers can just describe the functionality that they want to create. And an AI assistant generates the code.
Wow.
It frees them from all those tedious and repetitive tasks.
That sounds like a dream come true.
It does, doesn't it?
For any programmer.
Yeah.
Are these AI coding assistants really that good?
They're getting really good.
Okay.
You know, they might not be able to completely replace human programmers just yet.
Okay.
But they're already proving to be really valuable tools for streamlining the whole development process and boosting productivity.
Can you give us some specific examples of how these AI coding assistants are being used?
So one example is using AI to generate what's called boilerplate code.
Sorry.
This is the repetitive and often tedious code that forms the foundation of a lot of software applications.
Right.
So instead of spending hours writing this code manually, developers can now use AI tools to generate it in seconds.
Wow, that's a huge time saver.
It is.
It frees them up to focus on the more creative aspects of their projects.
The more creative and complex aspects.
Are there any other areas of software development where generative AI is making a significant impact?
AI is being used to help with things like code debugging, testing, and even security analysis.
Okay.
Imagine having an AI assistant that can scan your code for vulnerabilities, identify bugs before they cause problems, and even suggest solutions.
So it's like having a virtual security expert built into your development environment.
And a quality assurance team all rolled into one.
That's incredible.
And as these AI tools keep evolving, we can expect to see even more sophisticated applications emerge. You know, it's further blurring the lines between human and machine collaboration.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities, but
it is.
You know, let's not forget about the human element of software development.
Of course.
You know, it's that creativity, the problem-solving skills, and the ability to think outside the box.
That's what makes human programmers so valuable.
Can AI truly replicate that?
That's a really good question, and it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not a replacement for human ingenuity and expertise.
So while AI is transforming software development in many ways,
it's ultimately up to the human developers to harness this power responsibly.
And make sure that technology serves humanity's best interests.
Exactly.
Let's explore another industry where generative AI is making significant inroads.
Right.
The world of healthcare.
Healthcare, okay.
Generative AI is poised to revolutionize healthcare.
It really is.
In some really profound ways. From drug discovery to personalized medicine.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where AI can analyze vast data sets of medical information to identify patterns and predict disease outbreaks.
That's the goal.
Before they even occur.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
It does.
But is it really possible?
It's becoming more and more realistic.
Wow.
We already have AI-powered systems that are analyzing medical images, identifying potential cancerous growths, and predicting patient outcomes.
That's incredible.
Based on their medical history and genetic information.
So it's like having a virtual medical consultant that can assist doctors in making
informed decisions.
Yeah, more informed decisions.
And providing more personalized care.
But what about the ethical considerations?
Yeah, that's really important.
Surrounding the use of AI in healthcare.
So ethical considerations are paramount. When we're talking about healthcare, we need to make sure that these AI systems are used responsibly, transparently, and with the utmost respect for patient privacy and autonomy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also address any potential biases.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't want to perpetuate healthcare disparities.
Right. We want to make sure that AI is being used to improve healthcare for everyone.
For everyone, exactly.
So let's shift our focus to another area of healthcare, where generative AI is making a significant impact.
Okay.
Drug discovery.
Drug discovery, yeah.
Generative AI is revolutionizing drug discovery.
It's really changing things by accelerating the process of identifying and developing new medications.
Okay, how so?
Well, imagine AI being able to analyze these vast libraries of chemical compounds to identify potential drug candidates, predict how effective they might be, and even design new molecules.
So it's like having
a virtual chemist.
Yeah, a virtual chemist.
That works tirelessly.
Yeah, exploring countless possibilities.
Exploring all the options.
That could lead to breakthroughs.
Yes.
In treating diseases.
That have plagued humanity for centuries.
Well, what about the cost and accessibility of these AI-powered...
Yeah, that's a good question.
...drug discovery platforms?
So, while the initial investment in these platforms can be significant, the potential cost savings in the long run are enormous. Because if you can accelerate that drug discovery process, it reduces the time and resources it takes to bring new medications to market.
Yeah, makes sense.
And potentially it can make life-saving treatments more affordable.
Right, more accessible to those who need them.
Exactly.
That's a really inspiring prospect.
It is.
It really highlights the transformative potential of generative AI.
It really does.
To not only revolutionize industries, but also to improve human lives.
It's about using technology to make a real difference.
In profound ways.
Exactly.
But before we get too carried away by all these amazing possibilities of generative AI, it's important to also address the challenges and potential downsides.
Yes.
We've already touched on some of the ethical considerations, but I'm also curious to explore the broader societal impact of generative AI.
Yeah.
And the potential risks.
There are definitely risks.
That we need to be aware of.
Yeah.
So one concern is the potential for job displacement.
That's right.
As these AI systems become more sophisticated, more capable of performing tasks that were previously done by humans.
Yeah.
There's a risk that certain jobs
that they could be
may become automated, leading to unemployment and economic disruption.
That's a real concern.
It is a valid concern, and it's a topic that's being widely debated.
Yeah.
So how can we mitigate this potential negative impact of AI
That's a big question.
on employment and ensure that everyone benefits?
It's a complex challenge that requires a multifaceted approach.
Okay.
But one solution is to really focus on reskilling and upskilling the workforce.
So equipping people.
Equipping them with the skills.
The knowledge and skills they need.
Yeah, the knowledge and skills.
To thrive in this AI-powered world.
In an AI-driven world.
So instead of fearing AI as this job-stealing threat, we should really embrace it.
Yeah, embrace it.
As an opportunity. As an opportunity to enhance human capabilities and create new and more fulfilling jobs.
Exactly. You know, AI can free us from these mundane and repetitive tasks.
Yeah.
And allow us to focus on work that is more creative and strategic and fulfilling.
That's a really powerful vision.
Yeah.
But what about, AI being misused for malicious purposes?
That's a valid concern.
Like I'm thinking about deepfakes being used to spread misinformation or AI-powered systems being hacked to cause harm.
Those are real risks.
Right.
And it's important to remember that AI, like any powerful technology, can be used for good or bad.
Right.
It's really up to us as a society to establish ethical guidelines, develop security measures, and make sure that AI is used responsibly.
Right, for the benefit of humanity.
Exactly.
That's a weighty responsibility.
It is.
How can we ensure that AI remains a force for good?
It's going to require a collective effort from governments, industry leaders, researchers, the public.
Yeah.
We need to have clear ethical frameworks for AI development.
Yeah.
We need transparency and accountability in these AI systems.
Yeah.
And we need to foster a culture of responsible AI innovation.
That's reassuring.
It's an ongoing process.
It's good to know that these conversations are happening.
Yeah.
And that people are working to address these challenges.
Absolutely.
So let's shift our focus from the potential risks to the incredible opportunities.
I like that.
I'm eager to hear more about the positive impact AI can have on society.
Right.
How can it be harnessed to solve some of the world's most pressing challenges?
So AI really has the potential to revolutionize so many things, from healthcare and education to transportation, environmental sustainability.
So many things.
Imagine a world where AI systems could personalize learning for every student. Optimize traffic flow to reduce congestion.
Wow, that'd be amazing.
Develop renewable energy solutions to combat climate change.
That's really inspiring. It gives me hope that AI can really be a force for positive change.
A force for good.
But how can we ensure that these potential benefits are realized?
It requires a conscious effort on our part to steer AI development in a direction that aligns with human values and priorities.
So we need to invest in research and development.
We do.
That prioritizes societal good.
Absolutely.
We need to promote diversity and inclusivity.
Yeah, we need to make sure
that these technologies are accessible.
Right. Accessible and beneficial to all.
To everyone.
That's a call to action. That I can definitely get behind.
Good.
Now, before we move on to exploring some specific ways that individuals and businesses can harness the power of generative AI, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on some of the philosophical implications.
The philosophical implications.
This technology as AI systems get more sophisticated.
It raises some profound questions.
It does. It makes you think about the nature of intelligence.
Consciousness.
What it means to be human. What does it mean to be human in an age of AI?
It really challenges our preconceived notions of what machines are capable of.
Right.
And it forces us to really confront our own place in the universe.
As AI continues to evolve, it's going to keep blurring the line between human and machine capabilities.
Right. And that's going to lead us to redefine our understanding of intelligence, of creativity, of the essence of being human.
It's a fascinating time.
It's both exciting and daunting.
It is.
To think about all the implications of this technological revolution.
This revolution.
But I think if we embrace curiosity, foster open dialogue, prioritize those ethical considerations, we can navigate this uncharted territory.
Absolutely.
And harness the power of AI to create a more just, a more equitable,
a better future,
and fulfilling future for all.
For everyone.
So we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
In this deep dive.
We've gone deep.
Exploring the incredible potential of generative AI across various industries and acknowledging
these ethical considerations.
Ethical implications.
Well, but I'm left wondering about the long-term impact of generative AI. What does the future hold?
Well,
as this technology continues to
progress. Try to predict the internet back in the early days.
Right.
No one could have foreseen how it would impact our lives.
Exactly.
And generative AI is kind of similar.
Okay.
It has this vast potential that's still unfolding.
It's hard to even imagine what it might be capable of.
We're at a point now where what seems groundbreaking today might be completely commonplace tomorrow.
So how do we even begin to wrap our heads around this?
It's a good question. What are some areas where you see major advancements?
Okay, well, one area is personalization.
Okay.
We talked about how generative AI can create these personalized marketing messages and customer experiences.
Right.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your entire digital experience is tailored to you.
Okay.
From the news you consume to the products you see.
So it's all personalized.
All personalized.
Powered by generative AI.
Powered by AI.
That sounds incredible.
It does.
But it also kind of raises those questions.
Yeah, it does.
About privacy and control. How do we balance personalization with protecting our data?
It's a balancing act.
Yeah.
And it's something that requires ongoing discussion and thoughtful regulation.
So as generative AI becomes more and more integrated into our lives.
It's about finding the right balance between convenience and control.
So ensuring that personalization really empowers individuals rather than exploits them.
It's a powerful tool.
It seems like every leap forward in technology
doesn't it?
Presents these new challenges.
The nature of progress.
Yeah, the nature of progress.
But with generative AI, I think the key is proactive engagement.
Okay.
We need to be actively involved in shaping its development and deployment.
So what can our listeners do
to
be a part of this shaping process?
I think education is key.
Okay.
Stay informed about these advancements, the ethical discussions,
right.
Engage with developers, give them feedback, voice your concerns, participate in online forums and public discussions.
So individual voices can really make a difference.
They can.
In guiding this technology's path.
We're not just passive recipients of technology. We have the power to influence its direction.
That's really empowering.
It is.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here, what's the one key takeaway?
The one key takeaway?
You want our listeners to remember about generative AI.
Generative AI is incredibly powerful.
Okay.
It can revolutionize so many aspects of our lives. Yeah. It can unlock new levels of creativity, solve complex problems, even help us understand ourselves better.
Wow.
But we have to remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
It's really up to all of us to use this technology ethically, responsibly, and for the benefit of humankind.
That's a powerful message to end on. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For sharing your expertise and insights.
It's been a pleasure.
With us today.
It really has.
I've learned so much from you.
I'm glad.
I'm sure our listeners have as well.
The future is exciting.
It is.
It's full of possibilities, and I encourage everyone to embrace this technology. With curiosity, with caution, but with a commitment to shaping it for the better.
Absolutely. To our listeners, we say keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those questions. That's it.
The future of generative AI is being written right now.
It is.
And your voice matters in shaping it.
It really does.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. It's a lot to consider, right? The implications for businesses, for individuals, for society as a whole.
Definitely. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
It can enhance creativity, boost productivity, even lead to breakthroughs in medicine.
Yeah, it's amazing, but
it's important to remember that technology is a double-edged sword.
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
We need to approach it thoughtfully and ethically.
We do.
So let's talk about some specific generative AI tools and platforms that our listeners can use.
All right, let's get practical.
Yeah, let's get practical, because I know a lot of people are thinking, okay, this all sounds great.
Right.
But how do I actually use this?
Yeah.
So let's start with text generation, because this is an area where a lot of people can really benefit.
ChatGPT, we've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But it's worth diving into a little bit more.
It is. It's a great tool for writers, for students, for anyone who works with words.
Yeah, I mean, I've been using it to help me come up with ideas for podcast episodes.
Yeah.
I've even used it to write some emails.
See, it can be really helpful.
It's really impressive,
It is.
It's not perfect.
No technology's perfect.
Right. But it can really help to get the creative juices flowing. And overcome that writer's block that we all face sometimes.
It's like having a brainstorming partner.
Yeah, a brainstorming partner.
Available 24/7.
Yeah, that never gets tired.
Never gets tired.
What about image generation?
Okay.
Because that's another area
where
generative AI is making a huge impact.
So we've got tools like DALL and Midjourney.
Yeah, we've mentioned them a few times.
We have.
But they really are remarkable.
They are.
They can create
images,
anything you can imagine from simple descriptions.
You just type in a few words.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing,
It is.
I've seen some of the things
incredible
that people have created with these tools.
It is.
And it's like, how did they do that?
And the technology is only getting better.
Yeah, it's evolving so quickly.
So quickly.
So for our listeners who are maybe a little intimidated by all of this technology, what advice would you give them?
My advice would be just dive in and experiment.
Yeah, just try it out.
There are so many free and low-cost tools available.
Right. You don't have to.
You don't need to be an expert.
You don't have to anything.
Just start playing around with it.
And have fun with it.
And have fun, exactly.
I think that's really important.
It is.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah. And, the beauty of these tools is that they're constantly evolving.
They are. Always improving.
So even if you try something today and it doesn't quite work the way you want it to, try it again in a few months.
Try it again.
You might be surprised.
Things change so fast.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
I
want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Right.
Generative AI has the potential to be one of the most transformative technologies of our time.
I agree.
But it's up to all of us.
It is.
To shape its future.
To ensure it's used for good.
For good, yeah.
To make the world a better place.
To make the world a better place.
Yeah.
It's a responsibility we all share.
Absolutely.
So keep exploring. Keep learning, keep asking those tough questions, and let's work together to create a future where generative AI benefits everyone.
Benefits all of humanity.
That's it for this episode of The Deep Dive.